From Chicago to Nashville, from Nashville to the world, and from the world to Catalonia. Tori Sparks is a musician with a very personal style, a mix of blues, rock and flamenco. And what makes this mixture unique is Tori's ability to run risks. For instance, she can take the experimental rock song Kashmir by Led Zeppelin and turn it into a flamenco song, or take one of the most classic black spirituals, Wade in the Water, and turn it into this.
Gonna trouble the water, that's what I say. Oh yeah!
Tori Sparks, welcome to the Weekly Mag.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. Tori, the theme of this program today is work. So my first question is about your work routine. So how do you compose? How do you prepare? How do you write? Do you need any special conditions for that? Where do you find your inspiration?
I laughed when you said it's about work, because when people ask me, what are your hobbies? I don't have any, I just work. That's all I do all the time, because music is my hobby, is my job, no? So as far as writing, inspiration, that's part of the job. And the inspiration comes from all different places. Sometimes it's just a phrase somebody says, or a book, a movie, or usually it's when you're driving, which is very inconvenient, because then you have to try to write it down while you're shifting, no? And then you need quiet, you need time to sit down and write and let the song kind of flesh itself out, but that's usually what I don't have is time. Because the other part of my work routine really takes up more time than the creative side, which is production, booking, promotion, interviews, and things like that. Because our project is self-managed. It's a lot of work.
Let's talk a little bit about your background. You are American, you're from Nashville. What is an American from Nashville doing in Barcelona?
I don't know. I have no idea. No, it really sounds like a very silly kind of prepared for the interview answer, but I just felt like Barcelona was a good idea. I wanted to move somewhere in Europe, to have a base overseas, to continue to tour more on this side of the world.
Right.
And I was looking at various cities, and I just liked Barcelona. And because I had no...
But had you been here before deciding to move?
I'd played here. I played concerts here before.
You had played here before.
But I just liked it, and I thought if I don't have any connection in any particular city, why not this one? No? But had I not moved here, I wouldn't have met the people that I collaborate with now. So it seems like it was a very good decision in hindsight. But at the time, it was really just, okay, I'm moving, why not here? This could be, it was a very, very much kind of jumping in with both feet situation.
But it turned out okay in the end.
It did, because my idea was to continue to tour doing the kind of music I had done with the previous 4 albums, which were rock and blues.
Right.
But then, because I moved here, I happened to meet musicians who play flamenco fusion, and that ended up being, for me, both a personal and musical kind of leap in a totally different direction, which I never would have experienced had I moved maybe somewhere like Berlin or Paris or London.
Well, I'm sure, because your music is an interesting mixture of various styles, including flamenco, which is quite peculiar, right, for an American?
Yes, ole. Most people say, you do what? You play what? But it's not as if I thought, okay, I live in Spain or Catalonia, so I want to try to incorporate flamenco or rumba. It's not like that. It's just that I met the percussion player Javi Garcia, and I like duo shows sometimes in smaller rooms, for example, with myself, guitar, voice, and percussion. So we started working together that way.
And when was that, more or less?
This was a while ago. This was maybe 2013, 12, something like that.
Right, a few years ago.
And 5 years ago, maybe. And we didn't originally plan on doing any kind of collaboration with his band, which already existed, Calamento, as a flamenco fusion trio. I just worked with him, but later we ended up trying something out with the band, and because it was just trying, it was just playing around, I think that's why the music came out natural and came out sounding like something organic, as opposed to an American trying to be like flamenquita. No?
Right. Your latest album is called La Huerta, The Garden, in English. It was released last year in February. It is your second album made here. I'd like to ask you, how is it different in terms of the style from the music you were doing before in the States?
Well, before it was me sitting down with a guitar and writing the song, and then I bring the music to session musicians who I pay them to record on the album, and then if I needed to do a show with the band, I'd pay them to come back and play at the show. And I didn't have a set band, and it was music that was very American. No? When I came here, just through experimenting with these musicians, with Calamento and a guitar player named El Rubio as well, instead of being just blues, for example, maybe we would take a blues song of mine and turn it into a bulería.
Right.
Or the
Do you
other way
remember
around.
your first contact with flamenco? It's like when you decided, I really want to do that?
Well, I mean, really it was just as a fan. I went to Granada and I met people there, and they would take me to the little bars where only the people from the Sacromonte go and not tourists, and I got to meet a lot of really interesting musicians there. And then that gave me the musical vocabulary to be able to then interact, musically speaking, with these musicians when we decided to try something. But in the beginning, it was just for fun. I wasn't thinking at all, oh, I'm going to be flamenco now, no? Mm-hmm. So it was good luck that it worked out ultimately, because 2 albums later, it's still working really well, and we're actually going to record a live album in the fall, and we're going to release it in the spring.
With the same usual suspects from Calamento?
Yes, with Calamento and Rubio, the guitar player, as well as some invitados. I don't speak English anymore, sorry. Some special guests. And I'm very excited because this band is really a live band. We have more fun live than in the studio, so I'm excited about this project.
It's good to know. Tori, you're very committed to social issues as well. I know you have participated in various projects such as the Feed Your Soul Guitar Project. Tell me why it is so important to you to devote part of your time to these causes.
Ultimately, as a musician, a musician or any public figure really, you have the benefit of already having a microphone in front of you and basically a platform to say whatever you want. So the point of that is, of course, to put your music out there first, but then as long as you're up there, why not use your powers for good, so to speak, no? And I don't believe in just supporting any cause because it's a cause, but with certain causes, like the rights of refugees, or in this case, we're helping out an organization that collected food for people that didn't have any.
Right.
Or recently I've been involved in an organization here called No Callerem, which is about freedom of speech. These are such basic, fundamental, important things that for me, it's not only that is it impossible not to support them, but it also seems, like I said, a really good use of the platform that we have as public figures. No?
Tori, I know you have a very busy agenda. Tell me, when is your next concert and where?
Well, the next concert that I am excited about is on the 26th of April at Nota 79 or Nota 79, depende which language you are speaking. Nota 79,
right.
No?
English, right.
Yes, and in Gracia. And it's on April 26th, and it's a kind of a special format because it's 3 different singer-songwriters playing a concert that's called In the Round, where we all trade off singing different original songs. It's a format very common in Nashville, but in Barcelona, people haven't seen anything like this before. So,
really?
So I'm excited to bring kind of part of my culture here. And so that's April 26th with Carlos Mendoza and Alba Bioque, 2 artists that I respect a lot. And then the next show with Calamento and El Rubio is actually in Nota 79 also on the 18th of May.
Right, that sounds very promising. Well, before you leave, you can't leave without singing a song. What song are you going to sing today?
We thought we would do a song that we haven't played before on TV to make it more fun, no?
Mm-hmm. So it's the first time.
Exactly,
right.
And this is the first time we've ever played this in duo. Usually we play it with the whole band. This is called On My Mind with Javi Garcia from Calamento on percussion.
Okay, great. And while Tori is getting ready on stage, let me suggest to you all a few more English tips from our friends at the International House in Barcelona. Listen and take careful note.
The word work offers many possibilities. If you join it with a preposition, you create a phrasal verb. Here are some examples. To work out, You like to go to the gym to stay physically active. You run, you swim, you lift weights. You are working out. But this can mean something else. What if your boss asks you to solve a problem? What do? You work on a plan so you can work out a solution. If this solution is not easy, it will take some time and effort, so you will have to work on it. Like a painter, he will work on his paintings until he reaches a desired result. You can also work on people. For example, my sister Sarah. She's working on Lucy, her friend, to get a date for me. She's working on her friend for my benefit. Sometimes problems don't stop coming, so you will have to work through them. One at a time. Keep calm, and you will find the solutions to all these problems, so you will work through them all. If you get stressed out, I recommend you take a yoga class so you can work through your stressed feelings. Whether you're stressed or not, I recommend you do so. Namaste.
Time passes like a river, sometimes angry and strong, sometimes wide, tired, muddy mind, like a worn-out gospel song. Sometimes it takes me with it, just carries me along, and sometimes it just leaves me behind with nothing but you on my mind. You're on my mind, you're on my mind, you're on my mind. You're on my mind, you're on my mind, you're on my mind. And I am always out of tune with you, but still I play along. The same blue notes, the same sad words, the same black song. So I try to sleep you off like a good trip gone wrong, but it seems even my dreams are on your side. Who else but you, baby, on my mind? You're on my mind, you're on my mind, you're on my mind, you're on my mind. You're on my mind, on my mind, oh, you're on my mind, babe, you're on my mind, oh yeah. I keep telling myself, cut my losses, let you go. Leave the baggage of your savage love by the side of the road. But something in you holds me like two strong arms, and I cling to the thing that is doing me harm. Oh, yeah. Like an anchor around my ankle, like a pair of cement shoes. One size may not fit all, but what fits me is you. So I wave the white flag, nothing left to do but surrender to the one who robs me blind. Who else but you, baby, on my mind? You're on my mind, on my mind. You're on my mind, you're on my mind. You're on my mind, on my mind. You're on my mind, yeah. You're on my mind.